And welcome back. And our final conversation for today, it's celebrating the young minds of Belize. The recent recipients of National Youth Awards for different categories, and we only have 4 of them here. There are several others. We have with us on our set, we have Monica Heredia, who is actually the public relations for the organization that won Youth Group of the Year, and that is Rotaract Club of Belize. Next to her, we have Musa Shaheed, who's the recipient of the Youth Award for Outstanding Youth Musician. And over on my right, we have Xavissa Molina, who is the recipient of the Outstanding Youth in Media Award. And on the end, Kris Miller, the recipient of the Minister's Award for Leadership. Good morning and welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's a lot to learn about all of you to find out why you have walked away as the winners for this year. But I just want to start off by hearing how it feels. You know, there's a nomination process. You go to the awards. This is our version of the Grammys for young people. And they announce your name and you walk up. And So let's start off there. Kris.
The process, I heard about the nomination through my youth group, the Mount Active Youth, and I was around the Department of Youth Service as well. They decided, my youth group decided that they was going to nominate me this year. I was very confident knowing that I put in a lot of work this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's never the outcome. You do the work to get an award or anything, but I know I put in a lot of work, so I was confident.
Yeah. And it felt good to be nominated?
Yeah, it felt good. Just to know that someone's out there watching you.
Yeah. All right, let's get the musician of the year.
Well, I never know when it happened, basically. I just basically do whatever they do until one day Miss Karen speak easily. Miss Karen Vernon tell me, they ask me for a resume or something else. And I just give her it because we made full out of form for something else. So I figured out for me that.
Yeah.
He never tell me that for the Youth Awards. And
So
then
you were
I get
tricked into submitting a resume.
Man, a week before this awards, Dominique Morales called me. I said, man, I had to read your stuff right here. You get nominated for an award. I'm like, for what award? For what? Well, I don't know. And she explained it to me. What's that? I was like, well, excuse me. And I feel good at what's not.
So it felt good just to be nominated?
Yeah, I feel good for know that I get what award for the work that I've been putting in, you know. And I never know that people they out there will pay attention on a scale.
Yeah.
That's the beauty about it, you know, especially the people that come out of institutions like Nature where represent culture and heritage, you know. And I feel proud when I found out that I Miss Karen, you know, sometimes stuff like that I would expect the people were indulging in the culture, like maybe like somebody like Miss Myrna, the Creole Council, where you may expect that from, but Miss Karen, niche, no, I never made expect it from.
And then when you go to the award ceremony and they call out your name as the winner?
I never me tune in. I never me tune in. I'm in my own world because why young man me just win his award. I think Leon, I think for Burl Boom, my environmentalist award, him win, and I feel good for him because of what he's doing. Environment, wow. And then next young lady me win, I just in my own world.
You just processing.
Then I hear I run the baffle my name. When I hear I run the baffle my name, that kind of grabbed me what kind of way. And the time that the young lady said, Musa, is he even here? And I said, oh yeah, let me that. And I get up and I
That is hilarious.
And I give me a award, and then the lady from St. Lucia congratulate me, I think, and I really felt good for that, you know.
Yeah.
Because the last time I get an award, I'm like 10 or 11, and after me, second way, I get like an X amount of gold or silver in a festival of arts, in the same music category again.
Yeah.
You know, me and my Libra, I got one, a wooden placard.
Yeah. And Xavissa?
Nice.
It was definitely unexpected on my end. One day, like my guidance counselor at school calls in a bunch of us and she's kind of explaining what it is, and I'm like, okay, well, thank you. First of all, even being considered for the award is kind of an honor because it's just like your work is being recognized. You're just like, thank you. And then all the process went into it. Okay, she needs X, Y, and Z, so you bring it in, trying to meet by the deadline. And then the awards overall, I haven't worn a dress in like 3 years. This is my first time putting on a dress and heels for like the first time. My mom was ecstatic. She was like, we get to go shopping. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
And it was like nice seeing all of my friends dressed up, and they came out to support me, and I was really happy. Like, my whole family came to support me and gave all of them a chance to get dressed up and just come out and see the different work that all the youth are doing and things that are happening in our country that you might not even know about, but it's happening. So that was really the great part.
So you had the first process of being selected as one of the nominees.
Right.
And then when they announced you as the winner, tell me about that moment.
Well, it was because there was an order, so we were all anticipating it. We were like, okay, youth and media is next. So we're all just sitting, we're waiting. You know, you're kind of just getting ready just in case they call your name, but like you don't want to be too like, okay, they're gonna call my name, right? So you're getting ready. We were all in tune, and the thing was, we all knew they were gonna call my name because of how my name is spelt. You don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
So my principal was there, and you could see the host kind of having trouble trying like how do I say this name? So my principal shouted out my name, and she's like, yes, Xavissa Molina, and I'm like, okay. And everyone started cheering and shouting, and I was like, yay.
That is hilarious. So you saw them kind of like, winner is, and you knew it was you.
Yes.
Okay, Monica, tell us about your experience.
Well, for our one, it was more of a country effort because to get the nomination together was a process that all the presidents had to partake in because we have 8 clubs. We have the Rotaract Club of Corozal, Orange Walk, Belize City, Amberger Ski, Belmopan, San Ignacio, Benque Viejo, and Dangriga. So just to get everyone's information together. And this is the first year that we actually worked together to apply for this award as a country, because we've had clubs in the past that have tried to win it on their own, but we're stronger together. So all the clubs came together and we all work each in our own area of focus with Rotary. And like my club, for example, the Rotaract Club of San Ignacio does a lot with education and literacy, and other clubs have different key points that they focused on. So we brought all of that together to nominate our club, our Rotaract Belize, and it was a great feeling. Like on the chats, we're all excited. Like not all of us could make it, but the Belize City Club, who was mostly there, and our country rep that was there, she was messaging us, and when we won, they sent the pictures, and everyone on the group chat is just like, oh my God, yes, like so excited. So it was a great feeling for the entire country.
That's
and
such
all the
a nice
Rotaract
story. Not competing against each other, but working together for the award.
Let me ask a question here, Musa. As a young musician, talk to me about the significance of this award for you in terms of furthering your ambitions as a drummer and a musician.
Well, for me, I look at it as a motivation for the ones that I teach, you know, because a lot of these young people, sometimes the financial stability is really low.
Yeah.
So if I have an opportunity where I could take a few of them on a gig and maybe bust up the pay in 4 quarters or something and give them a little stipend to go home with, that boosts the morale. But to see me on your TV screen, your teacher will ride a bike with the drum and thing, nothing to go on for him, you feel good because they're like, sir, really the push, sir, it is sort of show way, you know, have to go work the public's go pack no bag, you know, have to go to transparent BPO with across the stretch. I mean, this is a sign where they try to show that, for me, the award, I don't worry about it, it was the day. But the picnic and why, sir, that look hard. I would like to see that, make I take a picture of it, this, that. When you string up the drum, sir, that look hard. Make I play the drum, make I line out. And the more you do, the more you interact with them, the more you teach them and show them. For me, it's a sign humbling, because I tell them, what you feed your brain is what you're going to expel. That is what you're going to let out. So if you feed your brain a bag of vibes, cartel, alkaline, popcorn, foolishness, killer business, that's what you're going to end up doing, killing. You understand? So I teach them the culture, I show them the music, and make them learn that. And when they look like Conor Liberty Hall and then they beat on the wall, and sometimes we have a limit. Like last week we had Dominique have a meeting and she had to peep the way, hey, calm down, because it's too much nice. But then they never feel no way, because this the thing. When they don't learn it, that's it. When we go on TV or we do a gig or what's not, me, Wilford doing, they feel good. They're like extra happy. They look out for see that, sir, I'm still no, sir, this, sir, I got a gig. Their mothers would call us, Musa, Wilford, don't have any job or could to pick in their pan and what's not. That better than they call I got lad for give them a matic and go rob a Chinese or something where they work hard just like me. So for me, the award the work, this is the award. This is the award. This is the true award right here. The work that you're putting in. The recognition is fine. That's dandy. You all of that. But it's the children. The children need to see. That don't make me egotistical and get me hype. I was still riding my bicicleta. Still push my jump on my bike handle. I reach.
And everything you just explained explains to us why you win this award, because the passion is what shows through, and that's what we hear from each and every one of you. Let's talk about winning the Minister's Award. This is showing not just a great year, but also just that you've consistently been working in leadership for young people. And I want to know, where this comes from and how you stay committed, because youth development work is hard. That's what people don't know.
Right.
It is challenging, and you have been recognized, so you obviously know it takes commitment.
Well, it started off being around my big brother, Kyle. Kyle, he works at the Department of Youth Service, and growing up, he leader for different events. He string me along, me and rest of brothers, let's go and come. I don't know, first off, just to make numbers, make sure everybody. And then when I started UB, when I went to Belmopan, my friend grabbed me and take me to Belmopan Active Youth, which is one of my youth club. And I started just going around helping, and then, I don't know, I think a young kid came in and he was talking to me. And then sometimes that's when I realized that, everything is not always the way you think. Even though like the struggles that I'm in, they got you, they never really struggles when I compare it to somebody else, when I go through real struggles. And so like, it touched me that day, like it touched something I found. Ever since then, like I push, I work hard, I try to talk from the people we can't talk, because this is our privilege we have. And people might think that, all the acclaim and good, but our privilege we have to speak to people who can't speak for themselves.
What are the rewards you personally get from it? What keeps you driven?
When you see a community starts to change, when you see a kid who went out of school coming third in the whole school, when we get a good story about that debate office, that's how I continue to make a push. You know that your time where you put in, you work something in a day in life, way bigger than how you affect yours. You wake up 6 and you go home late. Yes, that kind of tiring, but for that then whole life change from out of school to the graduate,
it's priceless.
Nice. And Xavissa, tell us, youth in media, what does this mean?
Well, I think media is everywhere. Media is TV. Youth on a whole right now, all of them on their phones, texting, social media in general. But the media I focus on is educational media.
Okay.
So I make mainly videos and things to put out there. Like I made a video on the importance of literacy and reading and teaching children why it's important to make our children literate and how that translates into financial literacy and how if we don't teach them how to read, how will they then learn how to handle their money, how to account, how to spend wisely and not, put it on things that won't benefit them. And I think I also made a video on one of the things that's affecting the Caribbean, sargasso, and basically where it came from, what it is, and what we can do to maybe use it and maybe kind of get rid of it or turn it into a positive light. Because you go to the beach, you see your sargasso, and you're like, ugh.
It stinks.
You don't want to touch that. And there are efforts. People in the Caribbean are making efforts to use the sargasso in a way that maybe Belize could try and look at and use as well. So what I focus on is getting the word out there. And
what platform do you use?
Well, I mainly through my school.
Okay.
So I make them for my school, and my school shares them to our community, and from there they share it with whoever else, and then it gets shared on from there. So that's mainly what I do and how I get my word out there.
So do you shoot it? Do you produce it?
Yes.
What else, how deep is your involvement from concept to finished product?
So first, the concept hits. My teacher brings up, hey, here's an issue. Can you make a video on it? And I'm like, okay. And as soon as they say that, one of the things is immediately a video starts playing in my mind, what I want it to look like. So I sit down. My dad's like, I'm not helping you until you write your script. Because it's hard to translate what's in my mind to him. We're not mind readers. So I write my script, and he's like, here's the camera. And I'm like, I thought you were going to help me. And he's like, do it. And I'm like, okay. So
now, first of all, her dad is involved in production.
Yes,
Javier.
So Javier Molina, which a lot of people know. And so you've kind of just been seeing him do this, but you've never done it on your own.
No. The first time I did it, I think it was for a school project, just a small video. And he's like, here's the editing software, here's the camera, have fun. And I'm like, okay. So that was where it kind of really started in high school. And from there, it kind of just took off because I took it and I started learning about it. I started becoming more passionate about it. And I realized that, okay, a lot of people use media and social media. So why not make things that they'll watch that will be beneficial to them and teach them things, educational, that they will learn and maybe take at least something from it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's talk about from Rotaract's point of view. You said very clearly that the Rotaract Club in different districts have different focuses.
Yes.
Collectively, what all issues do you cover?
Well, like I said, every club has their own, but I think the main one that we all focus on is education and literacy, which is a Rotary area focus. So every year when school starts, every club has like a back to school drive, an adopt a village drive. Like my club personally, we have an adopt a village, which every year we work with the two villages in the Cayo district, which is Yalbac and La Gracia. And we have about 40 kids, I believe, and we get them school bags, we pay their tuition, we get them school supplies, and every single club has an initiative similar to that. Like the Dangriga Club would do haircuts and give out bags to about 86 kids. The Belize City Club did a lot this year with all the haircuts that I think they talked about here too. And they gave back school bags. And then the Benqueviejo Club also had an Adopt a Child program going on where they asked the community to donate, which would be like adopting a child. And they managed to give school bags and school supplies to an entire village in Cayo. And every single club has that initiative. And we also, like for Christmas, everyone has a toy drive or a food drive or something to give back to the community. And then besides those main two things that we do collectively as Rotaract Belize, we have our other projects that we do throughout the year that is different, varying from each club and focuses on some other area of focus, because Rotary has 6 that has to do with maternal and child health, peace and conflict, education and literacy. But as a country, our main focus is probably education and literacy.
Nice. Now, one of the things Musa mentioned, which I think is probably a part of the experience that you take away, you know, each one of you have perhaps been working in your own, for lack of a better word, bubble. Like you've been focused on your own works, not expecting an award. You go to this ceremony and you hear about all these other young people that are doing amazing things. Tell me your fan moment where you just heard somebody and their bio and what they're doing and why they won the award, and you're just like, wow.
I think for me it would be Musa, because it was like more than just music. When I hear the music, I say, okay, then probably somebody could sing a song or something like, you know. But then when you hear that all with the kids there and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, this was the more than just the beat a drum.
Yeah. All right, so Musa, that puts you in the position to answer.
Well, when I made a listen and like what I said, Leon, when I hear about what he was doing at the environment, what's not this bedroom at all, and a young lady from Cayo with the sports, for me the first thing going in my head that why we just scattered? Why everybody they here, there, everywhere, but not right here together as a pool to push something big? You know, because when I'm younger, like 17, 16, 15, we had a group when Bingy Melanie Price made a push and Naya Shaleng, we called Youth Voices. Micah Gooding came out of Youth Voices also. And that our motivation for that era for like 3 or 4 years, we had Youth Voices, and every school, we used to have SCA, we used to have Palote, we got Edward Piat, Nazarene, and we used to motivate our generation. That no then no more. This younger generation motivation and media, like what the young lady made say, but they don't watch educational stuff. And liquor, you know, that partying, sit and sip. Sit and sip. You know? I not really the part, the momentum there. I about this, and I felt good when I say a whole bunch of young people, they get awarded for senior category of work. The caliber is phenomenal, and I feel bad that we don't know each other. I feel why we don't know each other? Why we don't have a big massive group where just to push crazy work?
It goes back to what Marlene was saying though. It's like everybody is operating in his or her own universe, so that when everything comes to a head on the stage, it's overwhelming.
And sometimes we do the same thing because we don't realize that someone's already doing it or some other group. So we always clash. Like, I didn't go to the awards because I was in San Ignacio. But Kris, I think, because we go to school together and I know all the work he's done, is an exceptional youth to me, and we've worked together actually, Bay and San Ignacio, going to some of the initiatives that they've had. But we're trying to do that more as Rotaract to see what other people are doing, because if we do something and Bay is doing something or some other youth group, then we're doing the same thing over and over. So we need to check on what our other youth groups are doing so we don't do the same thing.
Sure. I think that was actually the sentiment of all of you, especially in the end when they took the big group picture and you saw the amount of people on the stage and you're like, how do I not know you?
Not even one.
Looks like your next production is a profile series.
Everyone, I think we just really need to get together and maybe we could do a music video about the work that we're doing, about the people and lives that we've impacted, and maybe encourage other youth to come and join us on what we're doing and get the word out there and push it. Rotaract could push it, Bay could push it. And if we all push it collectively together, maybe we reach more than we would individually.
And we
Was there
make a bigger
anyone that
impact.
stood out for you?
Anyone that stood out? I think all of them were kind of like, really? Wow, like, tell me more about what you're doing. Like, I want to know, like, how can I get in contact with you? Like, tell me how. Help. Let's do this.
Right.
Wow. Now I'm thinking of all the possibilities that exist just with these four, and imagine with the rest of the recipients as well. We're living in a very challenging time in our country, and if a lot of the focus is on Belize City and the crime, and it's been kind of trickling beyond the city boundaries, and it makes young people get a very bad rap in many ways. One, that they don't care, they're not tuned in, and two, sometimes they're perpetrators of what we're seeing. You are on the opposite end of that spectrum, far less spotlight, I have to admit. What would you say to other young people about the potential that exists in our youth, in San Ignacio, those in school, those out of school, those inclined to music, those in the Cayo area? What do you wish the public would understand about the potential that exists in young people?
I think that there are a lot of youth groups in Belize. There are a lot of people who are trying to push, and even being a part of an organization that pushes helps you to push yourself. And they also are backing that can push you, like the work that you guys do for kids. It helps them. So even just joining one could potentially help you become better. And maybe instead of spending your time places maybe you shouldn't be, go and learn how to play the drums. Go and join Rotaract or Bay, and maybe they'll teach you something, or they'll help you push yourself, and you'll learn something new that you can use.
Yeah, that's true, because with Rotaract, we try to build leaders. So we have every club tries to do professional development, and we have our president-elect training seminar every single year. We have conferences, we have national conferences, and all of this is to build leaders in each club. And they have a saying that it's like, when you join a Rotaract club, it's like, okay, when are you going to be president? Because you're ultimately aspiring for that leadership role, and it transforms not just in the club but in the community, because we have many Rotaractors that aren't just doing good in Rotaract. They're in several other organizations, in several other youth groups, and they're doing so much in the country, and it's just like we're building towards that leadership.
Yeah. Likewise it be, because I started off as a regular volunteer, hit my way up to the board, now second vice president. They put you in different situations where you can learn. Like, for example, my president, Miss Anna Berna Guy, wherever she goes, she string us along. Hey, this young man, Kris Miller, this, that. And like, whoever she meets, like, she know with the people she knows, she's stringing you along. This young man, and they do good, whatever make you learn, you create your network, and you start to work. So I share the same sentiment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Culture. Culture is detrimental to our progress as a nation. When I look at our people, we're diverse when it comes to culture, and it's kind of what's keeping us back, because everybody's trying to hold on to their peace, instead of we come together and piece it together, and say, all right, this is the way, you make Dukuno just like me, you make Risabi just like me, you make Saho just like me, or you call it porridge, I call it cassava porridge, whatever. It means nothing to me. What we need to do, and come together and realize that as a people, we're one. Once you banya, the Belizean, we have to learn the culture. Once we know our culture, then we realize how much wealth we have just to sit down. One thing that bugs my brain the most is when I travel. When I travel this country, sickening. Lone green, you see. Lone land, immense amount of land. And when you come into the city, all I see on the least squares. everybody pack up like matchbox,
Yeah.
like a Monopoly game. Go branch out. We allow people to come from foreign countries in a whole. Chop out our acres, go build on it. They say that they ride a bicycle, after that our motorbike, after that our big truck. They live good while we stay right here and fight because we don't know our culture, we don't know who we are. If you pay attention to the populace that is fighting each other and the race that they fight each other, you don't see the Hispanic people that kill out each other every other day on the news. You hardly even see the Garifuna people that do that. The majority of the people that are the Creole people, the African Creole people right here in this city, they kill themselves because they don't know themselves. When you don't know yourself, that's when you fail. We have a saying that me and Wilford like saying that the elders, they will lose respect from the children because they fail to respect their ancestors. They don't know their past. So the children can't respect you because then you don't know yourself. So how you want to tell me to be somebody when you yourself not to be that somebody where you want to tell me to be? You have to be the example. So for me, I try to live in an example. My plan for this new year coming, that get rid of all of them type of clothes here and a loan that she can start with. I got all my clothing ready, just the weight. I just the wait. I bring in the 2019 at a bang. I tell you, man, I go in a children's home, I would give away all the regular clothes there, and I started wear back my dashikis then. Cause that's how I grew up. My family, sister Faima, my old lady, you know, brother Nafte, that is Swing Bridge there, Belize African Connection. That's my family. We grew up in a cultural setting. I met Young every weekend. He did our house with 5, 6, 7 drum, big drum, bag of load of plantain chips. The youths, they're not the cities no more. You know, that's why my plan of bring together a bunch of young people. We could, just like a Rotaract have groups all over the day. We need a conscious society group in all communities, all the blocks in the city, like Dangriga, Kai, Orange Walk, everywhere, and upgrade. The reason why we say conscious society that because we need to wake up here. We're sleeping. We literally sleep. You ask, I got our young person who was 20, and I asked her what are the meaning of inevitability. He don't even know what the meaning. He don't even know the word. He don't even know what is inevitable. He don't know what the meaning of small words, and it's because they don't read literacy. They don't understand. They don't grow up in this system. But then, if your parents again, like what I said, they don't know themselves. So then they pick them, they don't know themselves. So then we the out there take a lick. I just be privileged enough because I grow up with a family where have all this culture richness right there in the house. You go downstairs, a big drum set up, keyboard, bass, guitar. Can't done. Pick where you want, perform, feel good. Nobody not a trip on you. But then when you go outside, gunshot. Man, they fight, pint they say along the stretch, woman and man they joke down each other. This that what they pick in and they say, so I can't blame them. So what I like to do, and I try bridge the gap, come together, bring them together, show them. For me and Wilford, what we like do, and I show them Gangna means nothing. Wakala means nothing. We walk in a Gaza in a blue, for spite. We go for Ghost Town in a red. For spite. Literally for spite. We walk through all the whole land with our drums for spite. We want to fight we and the ancestors. You can't fight us. This is not about only petty guns. Their children don't want that no more. They want to eat. They want to have fun without the liquor. Because then sometime afternoon we play our drums. And you see picnic just flock in for all the primary school and out at, you know, for Liberty Hall, so inside a sexy chicken. All of them file. You don't play sexy chicken. And if the chicken tastes sexy
because we should just know Liberty Hall for the street stand. But that's a whole other conversation there.
I'm not going to Liberty Hall. I could not go there because I had to flip on the proprietors when they gave me the key. Like, why not give me a key for a building where they're in a shambles? You know, and it's when we read the history of Liberty Hall, Excelsior started the Liberty Hall. I never knew that. And I started my high school in Excelsior. There's a lot of history. I never know Excelsior started the Liberty Hall, and when the picnic they come there, that one of the main thing we try to teach her because that's a standard 6 picnic, and then they get opportunity to go to high school right now. So they look down for Excelsior, Don't look down for our school. I used to beat up Jans for 20 years straight. You know, all of the sports. I know the history, and so I read and HJC boy, I could have tripped right now in business. No, but you guys as elders don't know, as the older ones in the room, don't know why they say that true. Excelsior had a phenomenal high school back in the day of glory. Right now we try to bring it back the Liberty Hall. We have our schools on Kofa Drama Heritage School.
I have a question for you. I don't mean to cut you short. with all of your youthful energy and exuberance, right? What kind of buy-in do you get from perhaps a government ministry or anywhere? Because I'm looking at a young man who has energy and who wants to share that positivity.
Yeah.
But then someone has to come behind you and say, you know what, I will support this effort. What kind of buy-in have you received?
I will tell you the God is true. I will tell you who called to me to amplify what I'm doing right here. No politicians will come my way. Reason why they don't come my way is because of this. They're not gonna come my way because of my mouth and because of what I'm doing. I don't believe in that. If I am a politician, this nation may have a living culture. People may have travel this world 3 times a year because it's some by rituals that will point Malante. You know what I mean? They're not upon a prerogative, they're not upon my level, so they're not going to talk to me. Even though they are leaders, so to speak, they don't talk to me. The people who motivate me are people like Brother David Obi, you know, Emmett Young, Myrna Manzanares, Karen Vernon, Jackie Castillo. These are the people who tell you don't stop. My young peers, they tell me that. Last night at the trim, I have to big you up. I know you watch right now, McDoodle. My bedroom, Sherrick worked with me when it comes to young people from our area and News Pen Road. And sometimes I deal with the culture, he deal with basic thing, barbering. I can't pay. So the man look at me and tell me, boy, you're going to open your eyes, man. And me, last night we did in a barber shop till 10 o'clock. And the last one in the barber shop. Now his private home, now his private thing. I said that he just called me, what are the address?
Alright.
So Sherrick, I try to remember your address. The no 187, the 167, because my old lady, the 163. So he lived for 167 News Pen Road. And he trimmed me every time for the past 3 years. Sherrick they trimmed me and I got a no next barber. Before him, I'm a Jermaine pass the past slide. No man, I keep it cool. I have to keep it, you know. And then right now our plan now is start a drum circle apart from in the town square, Battlefield Park by Brody's. We want to start one in a neighbor, like my neighborhood at Penn Road. I want to start one in my bedrooms up on the block at Wilford and Dwayne every Sunday. And then away the Wilford could up on his neighborhood on Sunday, Dwayne in his neighborhood on Sunday. And but then past Saturday we want everybody together in a Battlefield Park. We figure to talk to Michael Gooding about that. The City Council. You know, and the next people with the council.
So he got his notice ahead of time. We're running out of time. We're running out of time so quickly. And I just want to say thank you for coming in and for this refreshing conversation. Each one of you, and I know because there's a rigorous process that goes into this award system, are more than deserving. And I hope that it's just an added incentive for you to keep on pushing and keep on making us proud. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.